where we are on the map right now, even though this is the CS Summit version, the kind of vapor wavy, or however you want to describe this, but this position where right now where the camera is, expect Surson there. Expect him to just tear apart a Vitality strat from that exact spot. ZywOo as well, though, could be in that same spot. And I think with Vitality starting on the CT side, it'll probably be ZywOo at that position first.
They've got rifles and a pistol round. What's going on?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see exactly how this one plays out with Vitality on the CT side first. It gives Big this opportunity to really take over the game, because on the this is, I think, the map out of every single map in the pool that I feel like is the most T-sided. You get to take initiative so heavily. Running a default on this map is so easy compared to other maps, because all the positions are much harder for the CTs to hold, the ones that you would want to take as part of a default. So enough about that. We have the game kicking off Big on the T side, and then Vitality on that CT side as mentioned. And already we're going to see...
Sisson's gone out long already.
Yeah.
And he's heard that Shox is on short. So he has a lot of information for his squad. Shox is fishing, but they're aware of this already. Thank God the admins noticed the rifles and the pistol round and started again. Now the bomb will be joining the big players on long. The question is, how do they deal with short? You can see that ZywOo is ready to activate, and Xantares is going to flick and take him out, of course. Still spotting Shox on that short position, but now if he can take Apex, perhaps he can pull these players away towards the B bomb site. Apex just running, spinning, pirouetting as well, and look at this rotation. They're all charging at Xantares. And that's going to allow them to have better positions on the A bomb site as the bomb gets planted. Got some jumping frags attempted by Apex, but he won't quite make it there. TabseN through the smoke doing great damage, but Apex is still alive. And he has a kit, so we've got to bear that in mind as well if he goes down where that kit is.
It feels like there's been so many good opportunities for Big between TabseN and Xantares, but they couldn't get the kills. And now it's just going from bad to worse. However, this may be a blessing in disguise for Big, because they picked up the bomb plant.
Yep.
And that's going to allow them to have a pretty scary amount of options going into the second round.
Yep, they are notoriously strong on these second rounds, even after losing the pistol. They are so relentless with the economy. They just... Man, you know they're going to come out swinging in this round. There's an AK on TabseN,
Galils.
Scout on Surson, Galils on Xantares and Tizian. This is so frightening if you're at Vitality. Oh, man, you got to play so well.
Wrong, but it's so right.
Oh, and look at how Vitality are trying to counter it. They have 3 M4s with no utility on 2 of them. They just want to take these fights. They want to match firepower with firepower. TabseN looking for that fight, though. Ooh. Will lose to RPK. That's one of the benefits of buying that rifle, and he's able to escape.
Oh, no. Oh! Team flash. Tizian, I think... Oh, he got flashed by everybody, it seems, and that's a lot of junk that they didn't want lost in long, completely lost, and we can see that leaves a Deagle and a Scout. RPK looking for a boost in the smoke, perhaps not the one that we're seeing at present. Now, will he switch out for that rifle? Will he be baited by that tantalizing AK? He'll hold his position instead and not give anything away. He does not know what's around the corner. Key to having a look through the middle doors, and RPK. Oh, he's seen it disappear now. Does he try to stop them from... Oh, he's going to take out Xantares immediately. There's a trade from k1to. 2 versus 3. There is still something to be done here. And the rotation from Masuta is deleted. We still have Sissonn with a Scout. We can still go fishing. There's just under a minute to do this.
He's going straight to B. And what's amazing is that Sissonn and k1to, they each have a smoke grenade. So they can, if they can perpetually, in a post plant, smoke those doors, they're going to have a really good chance to hold this. And right now, Vitality, they don't want to reposition until the bomb's planted. They don't want to risk getting caught out of position. They'd rather just retake together if that's what's going to have to happen. And there it is. The smoke is heard. And Shox knows exactly what that means as he charges through the tunnels. But his teammate, Apex, is extremely far away and will be coming from CT. So this is going to be favorable for Big right now.
Well, they have a Scout, and Sissonn's going to try and use that range. Nice smoke grenade for the door. Now we can see Shox is starting to creep through that tunnel. He's being taken out. Oh, once! It's going to really go either way now, but he's been forced back, and Apex has been taken out. So that little doubt there will force the hand of Vitality, and Big are going to bring this back. What a horrible start for them on long, but they managed to turn it around somehow. You can never count them out. They're looking so dangerous. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this lineup of Big. Like, it's amazing to me.
Yeah.
That was a pretty poor 2-on-4 for Vitality. I know RPK was low in HP and it was kind of in a one and done spot, but RPK got a kill and then he died, and he relayed the info that there's at least one more, probably 2 people in those doors, and Masuda should have just waited. He peeked way too fast. You can't, hesitate or peek like 3 seconds later after a call, because obviously you saw what happened. Keto was already in the right spot at the right time when he tried to make that peek info play long.
Straight out to the blue position again is Tizian with the Galil here and trying to take that fast long control. And it's going to be a fight for this. Flashbang's really good here. The damage between ZywOo and Shox and RPK is really enormous here. They are so strong in this long position. It's a 2v4 for Big. They've got to recover somehow. Xantares is going to be able to get that refrag, but the problem is that now he's alone. And he's on the Galil. He'll have to hit some insane shots, but you wouldn't want anyone else in this position than Xantares with an AK looking for those big swings. He's in a 1v3. It's Dust 2, so it's very doable, and he has to expect that you're going to have somebody in this top mid position. He's looking for it. Great angle there from Apex. It's going to get the tag, and he falls back. Apex has done his job. He's done his job here. He's crippled Xantares. Xantares does have the bomb, though, and there's no one towards the B side of the map. Oof. Just, oh, my goodness.
That timing.
Wow. This is crazy, actually. He could try... There is a world where he gets a 1v1 as he enters the A site. If he wins that fight, he can get a plant. And then there's 2 players that will be on the way. One from B and one from long. And Xantares can isolate those players. There is a way to win this round for Xantares. He just has to be perfect. That's all he has to do. Oh, that's actually so insane to get that kill off the spray. That's fantastic from Xantares. Oh, no, he has no idea that the second player is long. But there's no peek, actually. He might actually get away with this. Oh, no.
Oh. That was
very
close.
risky.
That
Very
was
risky.
so close. That was Xantares was almost there. He was one step away
Bomb
from
plant's
winning
huge.
that 1-on-3. But he got the bomb down.
They're gonna force buy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they would buy for sure. How much guns you've knocked off the CTs has kind of been back and forth, back and forth. The CTs going to be low on money for the most part. Well,
Maybe a half buy. Maybe a half buy.
Yeah, it's not actually as nice as you'd want it.
yeah, I expect a little more money, honestly.
Oh,
but
they're forcing. There it is. There it is.
Yes.
All right.
which isn't a bad call. Of course, the Vitality doesn't appear to have any ops, so that's good for Big.
Yeah, when it's rifles versus rifles, Big always has a chance. Until there's some huge discrepancy in whether it's utility or firepower, even then sometimes you can't count them out because they are nasty with deagles. But no one will be on a deagle this round. It'll be rifles. Or, I lied. Tizian does have a deagle.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's the only one, though.
Yeah, it still works for them. It still works for them. But it'll actually be a heavy mid play coming out from Big. It looks like they just want to go for this mid to B split. Vitality have been excellent at countering this with good utility, but do they know is the question here. Shox just playing an excellent angle to hold those double doors right there, but he is scouted out. Xantares is able to take him down, leaving just Masuda on the bomb site, and that's a great flash to enable Tizian. RPK now pushing out towards middle, and Surson, the hard lurk at Suicide right now, is going to find a kill. Great play from
Swings
Big
and
right there.
roundabouts.
Yep.
And that was pretty textbook by Big. The Xantares lurk in tunnels, the flashes over the doors. If you're a CT on B, you can't allow T's to completely be split on you without no confrontation in the middle, or at least B tunnels. This Big got too much positioning on them, and the CTs of Vitality and A couldn't help.
One thing I think is interesting that I'm seeing so far in this matchup is that even though Big have lost, I think pretty much all of the major exchanges at A long at the beginning of the round, which, by the way, for Vitality to be so successful with those long holds, that's actually very impressive. It's actually, especially against a team like Big, who are probably some of the best in the business at taking that position, the fact that they're holding is huge. But it does also suggest that Big are really trying to condition them to not allow an open A long at the early timings of the round. So that means Vitality always have to have players there at the early portions of the round, which opens up the rest of the map for Big in the early timings. As you can see, mid and Catwalk completely free still. And Vitality also have to invest utility on the reg to make sure that they can dig someone into the long position.
This is an interesting angle for Shox here. Close with the MP9, playing off of Misuta, far back with the Deagle. Okay. That'll be scouted out. Good movement by Xantares to dismantle that setup. And it looks like it'll be a short attack coming out. ZywOo is in an excellent angle to stop this, though. Could be flash on forward, but he'll just go for the dry swing. Can't find anything, though. And Keto, he smells blood in the water right now, pushing on forward, trying to take down ZywOo. But there are so many players to meet him. Excellent setup from Vitality there to stop that play dead in its tracks.
That bomb is lost too. That means that they're pretty committed into this. There's no way to go back. They've got to frag out. All good damage there from Apex in the smoke. But oh no, ZywOo and Apex will go down. And Xantares picks up Misuta. Oh no. Searson and Tizian somehow now have the advantage against RPK. He's going to try to get the pace or keep the pace high here as he flashes to move forwards. But with the MP9, you surely don't expect him to find a way to do this. They are weakened, generally speaking, but RPK is really stuck in the open and he won't be able to save it. And that's certainly a very upsetting situation for Vitality.
Yeah, Apex pushes to elbow with not many bullets left in the chamber, and he runs out just spraying the smoke. That is so unfortunate on the side of Vitality. I'm not sure if he overlooked that or what, but they had a 4v3 advantage at that point and bomb control. Looks like we may reach some normalcy, though, with the buys as Vitality go for the full save here. That will give them a strong purchase into the upcoming round. Should be able to come up with at least one op. Vitality take the initiative towards middle with these USPs, never letting the play just come to them. And it's a full long hit coming out from Big. Timing is there, though, for Vitality. They're able to take a gun away. That's an excellent find onto Xantares, usually the lurking player. So that actually gives Vitality a lot of information as well. They can move up to A now, knowing that that hard work is taken out, but still the weaponry is so in favor of Big. But as soon as I say that RPK does find one of his own 3v3 situation, an AK has been recovered on ZywOo. He has a flash as well. There is some space for them to get involved here. But Big are doing an excellent job at isolating these angles with good smokes and just great trades across the board. But ZywOo with the double spray down brings it to a 1v1 situation out of absolutely nowhere. There's a smoke on the bomb site as well. He can take this space for free right now if he so chooses. But he plays the waiting game, expecting tabseN to perhaps make a play through the smoke, holding that corner angle. And tabseN, he's playing this so safely, and ZywOo, he has no kit right now, so he has to really hurry with this. Has to pretty much find an instant headshot after finding the tap here. And looks like tabseN has scouted it out now. Oh, and tabseN does eventually take him down, but that's so much damage for Vitality.
Wow. Big are doing a really good job right now. It felt like the rounds are very difficult, but suddenly it feels like things are swinging into their favor. This was a beautiful play from ZywOo. It looks so impossible here. Just how does that even make sense?
Jeez,
just double headshot instantly.
Spray. That's perfect.
If you're the last guy against ZywOo when your team gets wrecked like that, you must be thinking, oh, shit. Guess it's up to me then. Definitely a short straw situation. This has been an explosive start to Dust 2. RPK close to the door. We did see a smoke. I mean, a kill through the smoke. Maybe when it wasn't so deep. I think that's the one from the car position, that smoke. Goes pretty nicely inside. But I do remember some... Oh, never mind. Let's have a look at this. This is a flash they weren't here coming. The second one will force ZywOo from his position. RPK still here, though. Has he spotted a player by blue? Certainly has now. It's cost him his life. ZywOo by the car. I do not know if it's safe to make a play towards the site. The Molotov will force him further back. So currently they have no position on short or long Vitality, and the short players are coming as well. So ZywOo's sure to get taken out here. That leaves two. We've got Misuta and T-Spawn, and Shox almost in CT spawn. The versus 4 players, about another flurry of kills. I can't imagine they'll be going for this one.
Excellent pinch from Big onto that A-bomb site there.
It's pretty textbook right there.
Yeah.
take long. You wait for your teammates on catwalk to kind of push up a little bit, and then when their catwalk's ready, you just kind of pinch towards that A-bomb site / car. And ZywOo was pretty much trapped with no way out. He had to get kills. He was forced to get kills. And this is a little awkward.
Oh dear. Bye-bye. So it's looking like Big are doing a pretty good job here. I was worried for a moment for their sake that Vitality were looking so dominant towards A long. They were starting to gain a lot of confidence, always doing damage, creating marginal situations, but Big are kind of pulling ahead. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of that Inferno game, the first 6 or 7 rounds. It looked like Big were really scary, even though they were kind of losing all of the rounds. And it kind of feels similarly here with Vitality. That I can't really point to too much that they're doing. Like, it feels like they're playing great, generally speaking, but it's just not quite good enough at the moment. And they're on the save right now, so we'll see what they were able to do with the rifles that they have from the previous round.
Yeah, I think Vitality's kind of dropping the ball in the mid game. On some of the rounds they lost so far, they were up in numbers. They had the positions, they had the bomb, and they're just kind of almost throwing it away. And it's just really hurting them. You need to get every round that you can get. That's almost a gimme.
A little bit of misdirection here coming out from Big. Looks like they're feigning long presence and a take. And they'll be heading right into Apex at the B side with the actual bomb. Alright, the long flood commences, and Shox is able to find a kill on a Surson in the pit position. Tizian, playing around these smokes very well, actually, is able to get one, but now it's a 3-on-2 situation. That long exchange went very well on the Vitality side, and they're able to recover a rifle because of it. And now this retake becomes completely doable. Danvers, though, in such an advanced forward position, is able to find RPK. Now he just has to meet up with tabseN to try to defend this bomb site. 2-on-2. Still good nades on the side of Big. They should be able to slow this push immensely. But flooding out is Vitality, and instantly they take out both players.
Wow.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but that call from Big was probably not necessary to a certain point. She probably should have an idea that maybe Vitality was on some kind of save, or I don't know. It looks bad when it doesn't work, right? These kind of fakes that they try to do.
What happened here? They just
So low on health as well. One bullet
Masuto
through that smoke, and that would have been a very different scenario.
Masuto's
Still close.
nasty.
I feel like in these 8 rounds, we've seen so much crazy action. And the score is still bloody close. One spotted crossing. Surson will be patient. HE grenade up towards top mid. A 3-man take of long from Vitality, and Apex will make his way back towards CT spawn. So it'll be Apex and Shox, although Apex is hanging around that short boost position as Big takes short itself. Well, that's short secured. Everything normal in that respect with a minute 25 on the clock. A little run boost. Big, quite the fan of run boosts on the T side in certain situations. It's going beyond angles to get information. And we see Vitality's formation changing slightly. And now we see why Apex is in that short boost position with these deep grenades causing Big some pain as they look to set up their round.
Yeah, you look at Team Vitality's setup right now. They have a very long, heavy, like one person pit, one person by cars. So Big is actually in a good spot to overtake this catwalk if their flashes are on point. But not enough as ZywOo gets a kill on Keto. He's able to fall back towards long. Now it's a retake game for Vitality.
Yeah, this is a difficult position. It's a great shot from Apex to kick things off, though. He's holding onto this position on the ramp. It gets really weird here now for Big. They're just lacking the numbers, and another kill is in favor of Vitality. Apex threatening to make it another one. As Citizen tries to escape this position, they're under so much pressure. It doesn't feel like there's anywhere that they can move, and it's just Apex just harassing Citizen. Now 5 players left alive. There simply can't be enough time for him to do this. Masuto with another lethal shot. And Masuto is so savage, actually. Seen some great stuff from him on Dust 2 so far, and that is a crazy strong retake.
Yeah, that was pretty textbook for Vitality. Try to get as many shots as you can, hopefully a kill, and then fall back, wait for your team. Big, though, a little iffy on their scaling towards that site. They got caught off by pretty much one person alone in that CT spawn ramp, taking shots. I think there was Masuda in that area. If you have that number advantage coming up catwalk, you gotta either peek together or flash avoid it. Not really do the one-on-one stuff.
In normal big fashion, they do force up into this round, though. This is a round where you definitely could have considered the save option, but Big, being themselves, will try to make it happen with pistols. 3 Deagles, the Hero AK on Keto, and Tabson, the Tech 9, which has been rather strong lately since the latest update, and people are just definitely favoring it on that T side above the CZ. The ability to just run and gun and instantly flash for yourself and sprint out has been something that a lot of pros have been liking.
Gonna go for a quick mid-explosion here. We'll see what they can do with it. Oh, Apex gets eliminated instantly. Maybe thought he had more time than he did there. Maybe he's thinking it's a B split, but they would be wrong. It's actually gonna be this A split instead with CT and Catwalk. Great shots from ZywOo. You'd expect nothing less from him. Masuda also still looking just as lethal with that AK-47 as he looks for the headshots, but it's Keto to find one there, and that will change everything. Now it feels like there's a chance in this round for Big. Although Masuda will get, or rather, sorry, Keto will get challenged by RPK and trades upon trades, but the bomb is lost, and that's the critical problem here for Tizian. He's got to find a way to get back to that bomb, and ZywOo can play around this fact as he flashes up and repositions himself. Worried about that long flank, and maybe within this kind of reposition from ZywOo, there opens up a chance for Tizian as he looks to drop for the bomb. And he's just going to run for it. And he's going to start wondering, if ZywOo is not there, where is he? This is such an important clutch for Tizian. He's going to have every opportunity to do this. ZywOo is so far away. By the time ZywOo gets to the doors, there's already a good chunk of time that will be gone. And Tizian is making some moves right now, playing very aggressively outside the window. Oh, he's going to drop, make a sound cue, and he just goes for it. Sometimes it's just about the swing, and that worked out nicely for Tizian right there.
That was an awesome call by Big. Usually you see this, smoke off CT spawn split B, but they smoked left side towards the B area and took over CT spawn. And Apex was pretty much, I don't think he expected someone to push like that. He wasn't even looking into that area.
Oh, he was waiting for some kind of drop play or something, anti-flash, and yeah, that's a really cool pocket strat coming out from Big there. A nice way to get those pistols involved, but now that'll awaken the beast. Double up setup for Vitality. This is when they're at their absolute scariest. When Shox and ZywOo can just both, on cue, find picks across the map. There's just so little answers for this. Unless your utility procedures are absolutely perfect, they will always find ways to just pick apart these kinds of offenses. And they're doing just that in this round. Already a 5v3 advantage. Big have no real space to work with just yet. And they're making a play towards middle.
This is a smart move if you're playing against a 2-op setup. It's going to be really difficult for the offense to push through their smoke, and Xantares, he runs out middle with no resistance so far. He does see it by the doors and takes out Masuda.
The confidence of that spray was just amazing from Xantares. However, the confidence from Shox is even better with the AWP. Everyone gets wrecked, and Vitality will get their 5th round on the board. It's neck and neck yet again between these two teams. Exactly how we want this finals to be.
Just the picks are too strong. The ops are too great. And it was such a good call, but Team Vitality just outshot them. They just straight up, like Shox just was in a pivot position. I shoot 2 people, what are you going to do? You have to chase me. You have to push me down.
Well, Bigger on the roads to the B bomb site. Everybody's in tow in the tunnels, and it looks like they have a HE set up. Could this be for the car position? Could it bounce off the invisible ceiling? Apex could be in trouble here. I remember when you could spray this position. very long time ago now. Well, here comes the charge from the T's. There'll be plenty of flashbangs, plenty of spray. Masuta will take 2. And it's also some position for Vitality. Apex still waiting to create some space for himself. No transfer onto Tabson, though. So there are still some personnel on this bomb site. Bombs being seen. Zywu and RPK are on the way. Citizen going to creep outside the doors. This could be very dangerous indeed. Tabson's waiting, and down go the rest of Vitality, leaving Shox alone. He's been on this site the entire time. 1v2 with the AWP. Oh, that's so close to the flick. They're just waiting for the peek from the window. Every time he fires, it's a chance for them to try and hit. Citizen's got a Molotov to make things even worse. He's so close to that shot.
Goodness.
How's he not landed it? That's so unfortunate for him.
That's so hard.
Awkward for all 3 of them.
How did Vitality lose that?
That play from Surson through double doors there, catching them going through the window, that is some crazy, crazy stuff from them.
A little bit of an oversight. You know, you got to always expect someone to push the smoke, even though it's unlikely. Maybe the last person should hang back just a little bit for those kind of plays. I mean, obviously, you can't always expect it, but you can take preventive measures to minimize it.
Big's philosophy of just always force buying, always, now has them in firm control of this round, and should set them up nicely for the remainder of the half. They are in a position to probably get 9, maybe even 10 rounds. Vitality will have 1 strong gun round for the rest of this half. So
It's a philosophy that's awesome to see, in the sense that if there's actually method behind it, it's great to see a team actually execute, because on a map like this against a team like Vitality, yeah, you don't ever want to allow them to have any kind of control on the economy. There should always be the pressure. Don't let them get the 2 ops. Keep them away from that as much as you can. To get some kills coming through again from Vitality. These teams are so good. Doesn't matter what they have. They're always dangerous. Keto holding on to Catwalk. Will fall back a little bit. Doesn't have to play so close. These players are spotted. Smokes in Keto's wake.
What smokes?
And it doesn't really seem like there's much left for Vitality to do here. I don't know if there's an AK for them, but they're actually just sitting on the boost. And they're actually going to kill onto Keto.
Wow.
That is so mad.
that is so much damage. Oh no! Oh, what? They're gonna take out every player.
That's a good eco.
Oh, now this becomes a swing round. This should have been a round for Big to build some economy. Okay, well now this round is, in theory, worth 2 for both of these teams, because the winner of this will, I mean, the loser of it will have nothing to work with in round 15 of this half.
Absolutely nothing.
That was quite interesting from Vitality. They were so persistent, and it actually paid off. But the real matter at hand is what happens in this round. Vitality could not afford the double op here, so Shox will be on the rifle instead. He's no slouch with that weapon, but Vitality just looks so deadly when they have that second op. And oh, look at the big economy despite winning the round. Surfson's on a scout right now, and Xantares has no nades. This is actually shaping up very nicely for Vitality in this round here, but still, anything can happen with both of these teams.
I want to see a close score at halftime. I want to see an 8-7.
Do ya?
This is a very good final so far. Big being very careful now, quietly creeping up short. I want to give less Vitality, less time to respond, less grenades from Apex maybe. He did big damage with the HE he had in a round prior, although on this occasion there is no HE for Apex. Zoe, of course, by the car, but he's naked. He has no Kevlar. Now we have 4 players on short. Tizian top mid, in a position to cut off a rotation later on and or drop a flash through the mid doors. But Big have been quiet this entire time, and it looks like they might be, well, they're expecting some kind of play. There'll be some flashes now as they look to swing. Xantares makes his way downstairs or upstairs. He sees Zywu. Look at the chain flashes just to take that one player out. They've taken plenty of position. RPK has to fall back to hold long, and indeed, Vivian will be lurking to stop a short rotation. Apex has been taken out, which leaves 3. Masuta in CT spawn, along with Shox, I believe. RPK making it doable. Keto trying to find a walking angle. That's a great burst from him. RPK now moving to that car position. The taps to burst will leave only Shox in CT spawn. 2 heavily tagged players, but the round will go the way of Big. They make it to 9.
Perfect execution towards that A scale. As you saw, Xanateros just hopped down. He hopped down as soon as the FB hit spawn. The smoke just plumed as soon as he hopped down, and then chain flashes towards the rail to prevent ZywOo from re-peeking with his AWP. And Xanateros got a free blind kill. The easiest kill you can ever get.
Yeah, that was great stuff on the execution from Big. Their execs are really spot on. Surson finding an opening pick on the round as Shox just forces some involvement from his own. But now Big slow things down a little bit here. They know that Shox is generally one of the B players, so they know that the defense on that side of the map should be, in theory, a bit weaker, and it is in this case. Looks like the B play is coming out. It'll be Masuta with the UMP. He has to come up absolutely huge for his team, and he will find nothing. Perfect flashes to support, but Apex with the auto shotgun is only gonna be able to find one. Such damage, but just the one frag. And it all's up to ZywOo now. 1v3. A couple of these players are tagged rather low, so this scout can find a couple one-shot kills, but it looks like he'll opt for the deagle. Alright, they're testing him. Flash over. Xanateros, he's out the window to meet him. ZywOo does so much damage, but he can't find anything there. So it'll be a 10-5 scoreline here. And will Big force a 5th map? We'll find out after the break.
Things are shaping up for a 4th map, a 4th and final map between these two teams. This is going down to the wire. However, Vitality could put a stop to that if they're able to make a comeback and have a very strong T side themselves. They would need 11 rounds on their T side to just straight up win it in regulation. So we'll see if they can do it. as we get up to the start here on the pistol. And we've got a lot of utility there on the likes of Apex and Masuto. And they are just charging that A-bomb site. And you know what? There's nobody home.
They're on the way. Fast journey to the A-bomb site. But there'll be some tagging from the likes of Big, Searson and TabseN are close. But they'll be falling back, it seems, to go for a short play. There are 2 flashes for Tizian to deploy. And it looks like it'll be 4 or 5 man on road in that short position. Sure, it'll flash behind them, but Vitality are quite spread out as well. They've got a flash of their own on Apex, who's currently in the pit, and here comes that flash. So here comes the burst from Vitality. RPK eats the team flash though, and look how many people are swarming from Big in the same position.
Oh
the
my
flash is still coming in
goodness.
from Masuto, who's going crazy with 2 and really changing the fortunes for Big. The pistol goes the way of Vitality. We just got a real match.
I was looking good for Big for a split second, but then chaos ensued and that A ramp in. Without a smoke from the CTs, it's really hard to try to force the T's in an awkward spot. 'Cause right here you can see the T's are just sitting back, re-peeking, flashing for each other. And the CTs can't really push up.
Oh, man.
Didn't even see him.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Vitality keeping the pace very quick here to the lower dark and out of middle. Looks like they may just go for a B split potentially. That is possible. Although that says he's got the bomb in spawn, and now they do put their attention towards long. Perhaps a delayed long take to come through, and this might give Big a chance actually, because they do have 2 players still on the long position. Maybe Vitality are expecting just 1, and indeed the first strike. Oh, that's good damage! And all of a sudden,
Whoa.
this Deagle of Tizian, it starts to be a problem! And you know what? Shox is really weak. This is looking amazing right now for Big. Tizian still holding this position, taking pot shots with the Deagle to see what he can find, and he's got himself another one! And they are getting absolutely destroyed here by this force buy from Big. It's just Shox left with 6 points of health as he looks to rotate through T-spawn. But you know what? k1to is on his way as well in the upper dark position. He's going to have an angle on this. Shox may not consider this position, and indeed he won't. k1to is going to take him down. What a difficult round for Vitality.
I'm a little surprised in how fast and non-methodical that they took that long. If you don't have a person spotting long at the start of the round, you got to check every corner. Obviously, you don't expect a TabseN to be behind the doors all the time, but I mean, if
There's
no
molly
one's
for
there,
that.
you have to check it. There's mollies. There's maybe a little spam thing you can do.
I'm pretty sure Vitality were trying to go up cat that round, but they messed up that little just pixel smoke at the double doors, and then they couldn't justify going up cat at that point, and they just decided at the moment to go for that late long take.
You got to be methodical.
Whoever messed up that smoke has to be kicking themselves, because
Wasn't me.
just
Wasn't
someone
me.
yeah. It was Apex or Shox, because I saw they had no smoke
calling
at that
them
point.
out.
Yeah, but that is
The grass.
such a blunder, because that was shaping up pretty nicely with their control until they forced the issue there. But they'll still have a chance in this round. They still have some decent utility, but that'll make things a little bit more difficult. TabseN just drive-by attack onto Apex, but oh, wait, okay, the B hit commences. Xantares in the car position, has to come up huge, finds 3 kills to stop it all, and this is now not looking good for Vitality. It's just ZywOo, but he's tagged down to half HP, and Searson is relentless in attacking him.
He's not scared. He thinks he's the better opper. He's going to keep repeaking. It's a scary mention. It's a scary thought. Just keep repeaking ZywOo. Xantares is making this B take look way too easy. He doesn't even lose a point of damage. I mean, come on. It's a 1-on-3 right there. But these are professional players that make it look easy.
Yeah, it's really looking like things are shaping up for that overpass right now. Vitality really fighting from a huge disadvantage. Oh, the timing on this nade is beautiful! Sending 2 players
massacre.
straight to space, and the rest should be pretty
on
easy to finish
TMZ.
off. And it's going to be hard for them to really get much out of this situation. You'd really love them to get damage, but... Oh, hello. There we go. That's some damage. Uh-oh. Apex. Just pre-firing that one. But 2 kills is actually pretty amazing considering the 2 players got deleted by those HEs. Big 3 rounds away from taking Dust 2.
Ooh.
Boom.
World Star.
I was thinking that when you said TMZ, James. But you
Always
said
wanted
it.
to say that. That was my big chance. Well then, Vitality will have the big guns mostly for this round. No AWP, but the AK-47s are on deck. Some presence towards B, and it's a very early start for them. They seem to have intentions towards this long position, but perhaps Shox will just be left lurking. I think he's keeping the CTs honest with this angle. As you can see, Citizen has the AWP, so it wouldn't be an easy take of long, but they'll start with short. Now we've got Tabson in CT spawn. 2-1-2 set up from Big. Tabson's quietly repositioning. Again, these grenades, just like Apex did, but look at the timing from Apex. Got to do better than that to make the same play as he was doing earlier on.
Great position for Citizen. So much damage possible. No. Oh, Apex does actually manage to find his way around the corner just in time to take down Citizen, which changes everything and prevents Big from having any kind of a defense before that bomb gets planted on the site. And now in this retake scenario, given that the money is not in a great place for Big, they may wish to give this one up, given the fact that they, why take a low percentage round? Ouch. When you can bring an AWP into the following round, and that's what Kito's going to do, or at least aim to do. We'll have to see if RPK decides that anybody else needs to die. But it looks like Big will hold on to the Galil and the AWP, which will allow them a lovely buy in the next round. Vitality, they scrape one round back. Has a long road ahead of them, though, in this game of Dust 2. A lot of work left yet to be done.
Chip away at the old block, one run at a time. It's not over yet. Till it's over.
Well, the big money is running low now. Similar could be said for some of Vitality, but not all. Masuta heading towards long. There's that grenade from that car position. But with no one, with an early Molotov, Tizian will get taken out by Apex. Holding angles in case of a re-peek. And how on earth has that happened? I don't know if Shock's looking at the radar, looking at a teammate or something, but Keto should never be surviving that situation. That's really going to force the hand of Vitality now. With no map control, they have to go fast.
Tabson's in a great angle, and he's going to easily take down Apex. He's done maybe too much damage there. Oh, the flashbang follow-up.
Oh my goodness.
How does no one die? The Citizens ready to try and remedy the scenario. Only one left, though, but in Keto for Big, but the HP here, he's just holding the nade. The one nade could win the round, but we'll have to see exactly how Vitality want to do this. They have no idea where Keto's coming from. The last he was seen was actually, I believe, in upper tons. So as far as they're concerned, he could be on the long doors flank from T-spawn. That is possible. Right now, as far as they're concerned, Keto could really, truly be anywhere. So do they want to go through the door longhouse? They probably don't, because he could take a lot of very favorable positions, and they don't have a way to flash out there. So they actually, I think, are committed towards A in this particular spot, which will play into Keto's position.
Yeah, Keto's really smart. Just taken to one bomb site, making sure that they can't just sneak around him. And here they come. They're walking up long A, and Keto's such in a good spot.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
This is perfect. This is perfect for Keto.
Oh,
It's so
Keto!
perfect for Keto. He played that one so masterfully. Team Vitality, they went for the safe play. They used the time to reset the situation, just add a bit of doubt into the mind of Keto, but he never had a doubt. He knew that all along that they were going for this A play, and beautiful execution to finish it off.
He never even looked right.
Yeah,
He never even checked CT or Cat at any moment. He just had full confidence. He read them. He read their minds.
I would at least be looking
Yeah.
catwalk
Yeah,
in this
at least,
situation. You
you
know,
would
maybe
think.
spotting doors at the same time. That's very confident.
He just picked a play that he thought Vitality was going to make, and he just
committed, man.
he rode that till the very end of that round.
it's amazing because, like, from our perspective, we can absolutely easily tell, given everything that we've seen and the positions, that Vitality should do what they did. But the thing is that k1to doesn't have a lot of the information that we have, and he doesn't have the luxury of sitting in a couch to figure it out either. So that is so impressive.
Yeah, that's just insane. Shox is sending it down middle now. Good flash to get Surson off the angle, and he'll be able to pick up the opening kill. So it'll be tabseN to try to contest, but this is just so fast from Vitality. At this point, it'll be so hard for Big to get back into this round. tabseN trying to play around this smoke here at the ramp, but it won't work out in his favor, and it looks like Big, they might already have to call for the save in this round here. Xantar is tagged low. Shox from downtown sniping k1to as he's trying to escape through the B double doors, but okay, Vitality show a little bit of life here.
That's a good change of pace, especially by Shox going up that fast catwalk. Pretty much dumped all of his utility just to get in that position, and he does get a kill from it, so that's a huge, huge win for Shox. Those plays feel good. And now Big might be a little more hesitant on sending only one person up on catwalk. I'm surprised I haven't seen more mid plays from Vitality. We might see that more during this half, or I guess this point on in the half. Because I've seen the old Vitality demos where they just send like an Opera just running down middle. Just straight up run, take some shots. Let's get in their face.
Big playing 2 in the pit. Looks like on the radar Tizian was playing some kind of bait for tabseN to play off of afterwards, but that may not come into play. Some headshots from RPK, and Tizian may have something to collect a little later on. One must be careful though, because Shox is still lurking. Smartly jumping past the angle. Always good at doing that. But he can't retrieve the weapon. Baiting, but there's 180 from Shox. He's ready for this. Tizian's picked up the rifle now, and there'll be 2. Or maybe there won't be, because Apex looks to eliminate. So there'll be nothing taken from Big into the next round. That would have certainly given them a chance to do something. But they can't stop Vitality for now on their comeback, looking to make it to 10 rounds, while Big are still on eco.
Yeah, Big will just have to full save here. They always do something proactive, though, on these kinds of rounds, so can't really take a break just yet. Oh, this nade! Oh, it lands behind him, but this is looking like an easy cleanup for Vitality in this round. 5 alive, as it should be. Saw the proactive play from Big, but it was met by excellent shooting from the Vitality players.
It's nice as well to get those rounds over with, just immediately.
Yes.
Because they feel like such a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Never make it easy, Dan. What are you talking about?
I like all the way. By the way, that Citizen always in the rounds where they have a buy or are going to buy, he'll always have the money for an AWP. Interestingly, they actually don't go for a buy in this round, which they could have. They actually could have done and had an AWP, but it seems like they want to use. They want to have the best full buy possible, so they're gonna go for a half buy here. We'll see what they can do with this. Oh my god, that's so sick. The timing of that is so sick. And Tizian with the Deagle makes it even worse for Vitality. They're probably wondering what the hell's going on here. Another flashbang! Tizian gets a second kill out of it. That's unbelievable. Just as you were saying, Alex, there's always a plan from Big in these rounds. And again, the pistols reign supreme for Big.
Someone has to study these rounds. They do so much damage in these rounds, and now Xantares has got the sound cues. He hears the footsteps. He hears the pitter-patter of scared Vitality players. Xantares, shut it down. Surely we're going to the final game.
Oh, Xantares is the human guillotine. He's just executing everyone left and right. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody shoots like that.
Destroys
Nobody.
them.
Not in that position.
What a devastating round. That's such a devastating round to be on the receiving end of.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a save.
Imagine how hype you are if you're Big after a round like that. Ooh, well, Vitality will get back into it at fast pace. They're going to take a lot of damage trying to breach these long doors. RPK is going to make his way forwards into the pit, but just unable to get his feet on the ground there as he jumps across. And It's going to be a pretty bloody affair here towards this long position. Sisson still holding on towards Kai. He will be removed from that position with...
Oh my
no, he
goodness.
actually won't. He's still going to be able to shoot from this. He actually has the benefit of the flames, and he's going to do it. 16-10. Big will force this grand finals, this best of 5 grand finals, all the way to the end. They started this series down a map because they came from the lower bracket, but they've tied it up 2-2, and we're going to go to Overpass now. What a beautiful series this is shaping up to be.
That was a lot of eco rounds won from both teams on that map. Just the pistols are too strong. Teamwork too good.
Yeah, you just can't count either of these teams out, even on a half buy. If they have any utility at all, Xantaros with a Deagle, there's a chance. There's a way.
There's always a way. We'll have to see if Vitality can fight their way back in this one. It feels like they're on the back foot now going into the last map. We'll talk more about Dust 2 after the break.